Good Thursday morning to you all. We got another Watchmen update full of information and Watchmen reports. What's going on with eggs? That's the big thing we're talking about today. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, but we're getting more reports from you guys that quality of eggs is seriously declining. And in at least 2 states, no more candy and soda going to be on food stamps. That is going to be a big change out there. We finally actually know what the tariffs on China will be on the different products. Like I said, we keep getting these things announced to us, and it's like nobody knows what it actually is because nobody's actually put out any real information. We're just hearing politicians talking. So we're finally getting the actual specifics on the tariffs on China. We're going to let you know what items are going to be hit and what items not so much hit. We also have California suing the Trump administration for those tariffs. And Microsoft warning us that their latest update to Microsoft Windows may crash your computer. The screen of death. Yes, it must be a great update if it's crashing people's computers. Grocery store employees tell us what's going on with produce because we've been seeing it go bad really fast, haven't we? And grocery stores are now posting warnings that they can't get dairy. We got that and a bunch of other Watchmen reports. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade. And these are your updates that you guys are sending in. If you have something to share, make sure you use that word update. That gets it to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. If you have a retirement account and you want to find out more about what you can do by moving it over or moving some of it over into gold, silver, or platinum, Jonathan and his team would love to talk to you, answer your questions, and see if it's a good fit for you. There'll be a link at the end of the video. Arkansas and Indiana are moving with legislation to ban soda, candy from any kind of food stamps or public assistance for food. Saying basically that the government shouldn't be paying for candy and soda. Should be paying for nutritious food. Whereas we're not talking about the ultra-processed stuff yet, but we are talking about candy and soda not being necessary food to keep anybody alive, right? And moving over to Hong Kong, their postal service says that it will now stop all shipments going to the United States. They will not ship directly to the United States anymore. Due to the tariff issues as well as some negotiational issues with the U.S. Hong Kong is fully under the sway of the Chinese Communist Party now and not independent at all, even though they're still kind of pretending like it's independent. All right, White House now releasing, like I said, the breakdown on tariffs imposed on China. 125% reciprocal tariff, plus the 20% tariff to address the fentanyl crisis. And that's a whole video in and of itself. But the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is intentionally creating fentanyl, intentionally shipping it to the United States in order to attack the United States as a chemical weapon. Anyway. That's, like I said, a whole nother video. It is well documented that they are intentionally doing this to us. All right. Section 301 tariffs on specific goods between 7.5% and 100%. How these tariffs all exactly work is anybody's guess right now. All the professionals are trying to figure it out right now. Syringes and needles, 245% tariff. Lithium-ion batteries, and for this audience, preparedness-minded folks, 173% tariff on lithium-ion batteries. That's what the battery packs are made out of. Well, lithium iron phosphate, but I imagine it's probably in the same category. Seafood, 170%. Wool sweaters, 169%. Plastic dishes, so cheap plastic dishes and stuff, we are looking at 159%. Toasters, 150%, as well as other like electrical appliances, so like blenders and stuff. Electric vehicles, 148%. So if you're purchasing you can't purchase a Chinese electric vehicle in the U.S. anyway. Toys, dolls, puzzles, 145%. Supplements and such, 145%, like vitamin C, vitamin D. Aluminum foil, 75%. So that's actually much lower than the what we're seeing for these other things. Car wheels, or 73%. Semiconductors, 70%. Metal furniture, only 70%. I know, only, right? Laptops, 20%. That has been suspended. So it's just the fentanyl crisis tariff on China for laptops and other electronics like cell phones and such. And children's books are exempt, so they can still send their propaganda to us. That's very nice of our federal government. Gavin Newsom has decided that the state of California is going to sue President Trump and the Trump administration, technically, over these tariffs because they don't like the tariffs or something. I don't know. And I think it's interesting because it's like all these Democrats tariffed the Chinese. And that was okay. But when Trump does it, suddenly it's like the worst idea in the world. Remember how he put some tariffs on China way back in the day during his first administration? When Biden got in, he immediately removed... No, actually he didn't. Biden did not remove the Chinese tariffs that Trump had put in. Why didn't he remove them? Because he and all the Democrats realized that's probably what needs to happen. Interesting. I mean, the Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. Because there's all these people, Democrats, lots of them on camera, talking about the border crisis, talking about the need for government efficiency and all the waste, fraud, and abuse inside the federal government. You just go down the issues. He's not doing anything radical. He's doing exactly what the Democrats have said they're going to do. The only difference is that President Trump is actually doing it instead of just talking about it. Microsoft warned customers this week, so if you have Windows, pay attention, warning that their systems might crash with the blue screen of death. That's what I call it. Blue screen error is what they call it. Blue screen of death, caused by a secure kernel fatal error after installing Windows updates. So if you have Windows, you might want to turn off your automatic updates. Just saying. Microsoft said, quote, after installing this update and restarting your device, you might encounter a blue screen exception with error code blah, 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 blah. Secure kernel error, whatever all that means. So you can just see why Microsoft is one of the most valuable companies in the entire planet, because when they push updates, it can cause their own devices to crash. Good job. Good job. They're about as efficient as the United States government. All right, Dr. Coffee Lover says, East Central Mississippi. Yesterday, Dollar Tree was overrun with folks with overflowing shopping carts. I couldn't find an empty one for myself. The panic has set in. People are getting after those Dollar Trees before they become, when they change from $1.25 trees to $1.50 trees or $1.75 trees. And if people get an inkling that their store is about to go up to the next level, they're running to the store and filling up their shopping carts, which is a good idea. You can still order Dollar Tree stuff online. So you can go to Dollar Tree website and search for the things you want. And oftentimes you just have to buy it in the case. So if you're looking to get stocked up, not a problem, but there's like minimum orders like 10, 12 or whatever of whatever item that you're trying to get. But if you're trying to get stocked up, that's perfect anyway. Tiger says, North Arizona, fancy feast with veggies, not at Walmart or Dollar General. That's cat food. Also very difficult to find on Amazon. So if you want your cat to get some veggies. Jeff says, we went from twice a month shopping, to every other day. Because produce doesn't last anymore. So you used to just be able to get stocked up and grab the produce and it'd be good until you go shopping next. But now they have to go every other day because the produce doesn't last. We are overrunning avocados at most stores. They are dirt cheap. Beer, Coke, chip aisles are full, so all the produce isn't lasting, but all the garbage is full to the brim. Eggs are full, but they're expensive. I'm hearing that from a lot of people, right? Marge says meat coolers are empty for the first time at Meijer, Southwest Michigan. Michigan is having some supply chain issues up there still related to the ice storm, it seems like. Christopher says, just shopped at one of our Aldi stores here in Dallas, Texas area. It had been about 3 weeks since I'd shopped at Aldi. I usually buy groceries there for myself for 2 weeks for under $100. Today I bought approximately the same amount of groceries, but it was $180. Inflation's hitting everybody pretty hard, isn't it? Shrinkflation, everything. Back to the basics. Kitchen says, I am from Eastern Tennessee, a small town with only one grocery store. Over the last month, I have brought home cucumbers that were mush within a few hours. Found bugs in the lasagna noodles I bought there and had to go through 8 bags of flour to find one that was not out of date. I called the corporate headquarters to put a complaint in hopes that they will help. Watch those dates, friends, and do be paying attention to the quality of the produce that you're getting and the quality of everything, right? Deborah says, just at Sam's in Cokeville with very little flour. I couldn't find sugar anywhere. Toilet paper is stacked to the ceiling, but prices have definitely gone up since I was there a few weeks ago. Janet in Walmart in Mitchell, South Dakota. All out of bananas, none to be had at all. Sweetness. I live in northeastern Oregon. At the Albertsons grocery store this morning, there was a sign posted on the dairy cooler and it read, once again, northeastern Oregon. Due to a nationwide shortage, we are having difficult time sourcing the following organic products. Organic milk, eggs, creamer, cheese, half and half, and heavy whipping cream. Can't find organic dairy. We've been seeing that with a bunch of folks sharing that from all over. I haven't heard much of anything as to why this specific shortage. What is going on with this? I buy organic heavy whipping cream and haven't been able to get any for a month. Who else is seeing issues with organic dairy products? Blessing Flow says, our personal experience when I ordered $5 a dozen Walmart GV brand white eggs, only because I was in a pinch, I hard-boiled half the eggs and it turned into some sort of weird science experiment we were too scared to eat. The eggs were boiled 6 minutes in a high-pressure canner and rested for 6 minutes. However, the egg white itself was an odd gelatinous goop consistency. I've never seen it before. Were these eggs, whispers, lab grown? On the other hand, we fried, broke the yolk, and can't say, the other half we fried, can't say it was rubbery, but it was also an odd consistency with a texture unrecognizable with the eggs. Now, if you're used to quality eggs and then you suddenly get GV brand, bottom rung stuff, if you're comparing that to homegrown eggs, If you have chickens at home or you're used to buying other people's chickens, yeah, the consistency is definitely noticeably different. The yolk color, everything. They say the quality is terrible, concerned, lacking nutrients. Never again. I'll wait for our local eggs next time. So yeah, if you're comparing locally grown eggs by backyard people with their own chickens, you're not going to see the same thing. Silly Wallaby says, another way to do applesauce, I can eat half the food I eat. With the prices the way they are, I make sure to wash, peel, and cut the apples into quarters. I go on to put them into a steam juicer to get homemade apple juice. When they are done juicing, I take the pulp and add a small amount of the apple juice and blend it together. I go on to can both the apple juice and the apple sauce. Doing it this way, I am able to have two products for what I spend on apples. Or if you can even get apples from your own trees or from a neighbor's trees. That's a great way to go about it. Solotap says, a prepping suggestion most don't think about. If you know someone who owns or runs a business with food, see if you can make a special order because they have products and stuff like that they have to order. I bought a 50-pound bag of flour from my local mom and pop restaurant in central Minnesota. It was priced a little higher than anywhere else, but it was delivered about a mile up the road from me. Yes, it's a lot to store, but price per pound was worth it. It may not be for everyone, but you'll never know if you don't ask. So if you got a mom and pop store there, anywhere near you, and you think that they might, like a restaurant or something like that, they usually can order in bulk, right? And they're already getting deliveries. So if you build a relationship, or if you can kind of make it worth their while a little bit, throw them a little bit of money for a delivery fee or something like that, they can bulk order food for you from the suppliers. So that's definitely something to look into too, if you're looking at seriously stocking up. And the other thing that's nice about that too, is if you pay them in cash, there's absolutely nothing linking you to that from databases and stuff, right? You've just bought that completely under the radar with nothing tracking it to you. So that's a thought there too. All right, friends, if you guys have reports, please do make sure you use the word update. And I will see you guys later. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from his channel, there's one over there. And if you have any interest in joining me over on the Bible study channel, Poplar Bible Studies, to search for it. We are studying through the book of Nehemiah right now. Whether you've studied the Bible or you've never studied the Bible, we're going through it very simply. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.